Anytune tutorial number 2. And we did already the number 1 last week, and today is number 2. And I'm Uli from Anytune. And we are planning to do this every Tuesday at the same time, till further notice. So check our Facebook page when the next tutorial is. Should be next Tuesday, same time. And yeah, welcome, and I'm happy to see you all. Let me check quick if the stream is on. 1 second. So a moment, yeah, I can see that the stream is on. Yeah, I see a couple of people are here. Let me do a couple shares quick. So the idea is that you ask me your questions through comments. Just go on the stream, into the live stream, and then in the comments write your questions, and I will try to answer all those questions. So wait a minute, couple of quick shares here. Moment, I will be with you right in a second. And yeah, if you're not in the original stream, you have to go to Anytune app. This is the Facebook page, Anytune app, and go in the stream on that page, and that's where you can ask your questions with comments. Because if you're in a different watch party or something, I cannot get your messages. So almost done. A couple shares, very important. Hey, and if you are diehard Anytune fans, of course we appreciate if you do a watch party or share this tutorial, so it can reach some other people that might be interested to check it out, maybe even don't know Anytune, and can download the free version and try it out. So almost done. So please already write your questions, because I'm going to check it in 1 second. All right, I'm done here. Okay, so I'm here. Let me check the stream. If there's any questions yet. Hey Deb, hello from Ottawa, Canada. Yeah, there's no questions yet. So I see there's a couple of people here in the stream. Yeah, so again, please go on Anytune app on Facebook, enter the stream, and there write your comments with questions. So I'm going to start to give you a quick, brief overview, because some people that are watching might not even know Anytune. So it's a slowdown app. It's a slowdown practice app. You can play any kind of songs that you have from Dropbox or over iTunes. All the music that you have, you can import into the app, and then you can modify it, slow it down, speed it up, make practice loops, and do some fancy stuff. Actually, it's not just a slowdown; it's a practice machine, right? So it's a lot of stuff under the hood. So that's why we're doing the tutorial, because a lot of people might be interested to check out what all the possibilities that are hidden in the app. So let me just play a little song. Wait a minute. So let me. Why do I hear nothing? Sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Got a problem here. Okay, let's do the Mac app first. So I got the Mac app here. You can slow down stuff, really slow, in high quality, to transcribe and practice. You can change the keys in top quality, and you can quick set some tags. Just hit M, tag, another tag, hit tag, tag, tag. So now I can activate loop, and I already have some practice loops here. So I just click on these markers and it automatically loops between those tags here, right? So that's a quick setup to transcribe some music. Or here, just on the Mac version, you can just hit mark here in the timeline a piece of music. So now you press on save loop, and boom, the loop shows up here in the list. Take another one, and boom, the loop is in the list. So you got all your stuff here, little loops to practice. So yeah, so I got on the screen I got the Mac app. So if you have any questions, please let me know on which app I should show you how I explain or answer your question. So we got the Mac app, we got the iPad app. Wait a second, let me switch over. I got 3 mice here, so let me see. So here we got the iPad. And that's basically the same functions as a Mac app, looks a little different. And you can do the same stuff. Wait a minute, so there's another song that I imported. So I can slow it down. I can transpose it. I can fine tune it also. Like on this wheel here, if I tap and hold, if I tap and hold and shift it up, then, wait a minute, it's a little hard with the mouse to do. I do it with my finger. I shift it up. Now you see, I can fine tune the song in hundreds. So if your song is not in concert pitch, 440, you can tune it to your instrument, so you don't have to retune your instrument. And of course, Anytune remembers every setting. You know, every setting that you do with a song, it's automatically remembered. You don't have to save it. So still no questions. I'm waiting for questions. Shoot your questions. That's the iPad app. It has an equalizer, 9-band parametric EQ that you can filter out certain frequencies that you hear, what you want to transcribe or learn. Then there is a feature, it's called reframe as audio isolation. Let me put a blues song here with a guitar. Now press this button and the guitar is gone, the solo. Right? Okay, I can hear the guitar solo. I can adjust this little window to fit exactly, get the frequencies that I want to. I can move it. See, here you got the rhythm guitar. Here's a bass. What I do, I'm a bass player. Tap and hold and go +24. And wait a minute. Here you got the bass line. Super easy to hear. If you want to transcribe bass, that's how I transcribe my bass lines. So that's the original. Transposed +24. You get all the Mickey Mouse out. There's the bass pure. Also for all other instrument players, like guitar players, keyboard players, if you look for the root of the chord, it helps you, to find there was a change right now. It goes to the 4, back to the 1, boo, to the 4. So that helps. Okay, still no questions. So that is the iPad app, and then we have the iPhone app, which has the same functions. Looks a little bit different. Let me go to the iPhone app. Here we go. So yeah, some people were asking why their interface is so bright. So what you do is you just go here to day and night mode, and there, let me see, now you have the bright interface, which is, if you got your phone set to light mode and dark mode, day and night, in the daytime it's going to look like this. And if you want to have it look dark all the time, you just go, wait a minute, you just go to dark mode, right? And one thing before I forget, a lot of people were asking this too, because we changed the color of the interface a little bit a while ago. And you can go on the iPhone app, you go to settings and go to skin color, and there you choose the classic skin, and now you get the old Anytune look. That's what it used to look before we changed it. So you can bring it back. If you put the loop on, let me see, then it's all orange. So that's how it used to look. So if you've been using Anytune for a long time and you rather have the old interface, you can change it back. So let me go back to settings and skin color and go to classic, our default. And then we are back at the original thing. So yeah, still no questions, so I keep talking. You can import all kinds of songs, right? On the iPhone app, the import is here, the plus. Or let's go here first. That's iTunes. So anything that you have on iTunes, not Apple Music, like the subscription, it cannot play as a subscription because it's streaming, because Apple doesn't allow us to do this. But here's all my songs, like 4,000 songs, and all of them, I can just click on them, and they're open in Anytune. Now the problem is I cannot play those here right now because it's copyright songs, and if I do, Facebook is going to kick out the stream because I'm playing copyright music, right? So there's iTunes with playlists and artists and albums and stuff, like, you know, your music library. And then you go here to tunes and on the green plus, and then you can, for instance, record something, right, and import it. So you go la 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 la, right? And you can name it. So you press save, and it's right here in Anytune. You can modify it, pitch it to it. So you can record something with your saxophone, guitar, piano, or whatever for colleagues or students, and then you can export it and share it to either OpenIn. You can send it to WhatsApp, Messenger, Dropbox, or you can audio copy it. You can send it back to Anytune. Let me send it back. And all kinds of stuff. So let's go back to import. You can import songs from the Dropbox. Just go on Dropbox, go to a folder, open the folder, and take a song and import it, and it's right there in Anytune, right here. I cannot play this easy because it's copyrighted. I mean, I could play it right now, but it's not a good idea because Facebook, if they realize I'm playing in the live stream copyrighted music, they're gonna erase the stream. So that's why I'm not doing it, right? So another way is Dropbox. Oh, the first question's coming. I'll come to you right now through the Files app. Anything you got in the Files app, you can import. Even if you have in the Dropbox, if you have music videos, you can just grab the video, and Anytune is just importing the soundtrack from the video, right? So you don't have to go before and change a video into some MP3 or something, just take the video file, import, and Anytune is going to grab the audio, right? Then you have Wi-Fi. You put this address here in the browser, and then you get an import feature where you can send songs into Anytune to open, right? And audio copy. If you copy something somewhere else, okay, that was so far the import. So let me check the questions. Dennis, hey Dennis Eschenthorpe. If I have the Mac version of Anytune, can I use Anytune on my iPad? Yeah, sure you can, but the question is probably if you have to purchase the version for the iPad. Now Apple has two different stores. It's a Mac store and there's the iOS store, and they are not connected in any kind of way. So Apple does not allow us to connect the app in any kind of way. Meaning, if you bought the Mac app, we are not allowed to give you any discount for the iPad, for the iOS app, right? We would love to, but we cannot because Apple does not allow this, right? So if we put both apps into the stores, like the Mac app and the iOS app, we have to sell them separately, and they have nothing to do with each other. Business-wise, right? So we would love to do this, to give discount to people that already have Anytune for one platform, but we cannot. Jim Kyle. Hey Jim, why did you change pitch when isolating the bass? Let's see. If you want to transcribe a bass line, it's really low. You have to put headphones on. It's buried in the music, and even if I isolate the bass line, let me do that one more time here. Let me take a country song, and on the iPhone, the mode is here in the right corner. Then you go to reframe and put it on, and now here I got the bass here. So it's kind of the bass is pretty much dominant through the isolation, but I still cannot really, without headphones, cannot hear what notes the bass is playing, right? So that's why I'm a bass player. I'll play bass for a living all my life. Right, so if somebody has a gig and say, okay, in 3 days I got a gig and you got to learn 60 songs, it's no problem. Yeah, I got good memory, right? But if I would put the headphones on and would listen to the bass untransposed, it would take forever. If I pitch it up plus 24, I can clean the house while I learn the bass. You know, that's a piece of cake. It's like I don't even have to put headphones on it. I put the playlist on repeat. Put a global pitch on all the songs, and let the list run through. And after I vacuum the house, I know the stuff by memory. So that's why I pitch it up, just to hear it better. Frank Welter, any chance of being able to download from YouTube again? You were able to when I first got the app. Another thing, Apple, you remember when it disappeared, right? Apple threatened us and said if we are not removing the YouTube download feature, they will kick us out of the App Store, right? So we had to do it. I loved it too, right? Because it was just super. You know, you just inside of Anytune, you pull a YouTube video and press a button, and it's right in Anytune, right? Yeah, we had to remove it, and it made everybody sad, me including me. So, but Apple said we have no choice. Either you remove it or they kick us out. So we had to remove it, right? But there's a pretty cool app that I use on the Mac. is called Clip Grab. It's free, and it works for, wait a minute, it works for Mac and also PC, right? Just put in Clip Grab, and it's really fast. Let's say I go on YouTube, and I take, let me see, take here, waiting, Boogie. Let's say Boogie, what shows up with Boogie? Piano, Boogie Piano. Piano. It's okay. Now,
do you want to master machine learning and
you just copy the URL here only, right? Of this video, then grab the clip, go on Dropbox, and we go here, folder 111, save, boom, it already grabs the whole video. Even there's still the thing running. So clip grab is a cool thing to do, right? Let me go back here. Now in Anytune, I go import, Dropbox, folder 111, and Piano Boogie Woogie, boom, is in Anytune. Wait a minute, Piano Boogie Woogie, there it is. Open it, and slow down. Yeah, that's what I use to grab my clips from YouTube. Hey Tomoka, what's up? How you doing? Any questions? Shoot. Yeah, so that's so far. I don't see any other questions. So until I see another question, I keep on going. Yeah, let's say I think I didn't show the tempo trainer last time. As we're on the iPhone, so on the iPhone, quick, the navigation is right here. You get your Apple iTunes songs. Then with the green plus, you import your songs, and then if a song is open, wait a minute, the song is open, go to the top, so songs open, up here, you get the sharing, you get the Icloud, the backup, so you can, if you move from one device to another device, so let's say you have all your stuff on the Mac and you want to have the same songs, the same settings in on your iPhone, then you can play the settings back here. If any questions about the matching the settings on one device and another device, yeah, then ask me. Wait a minute, then we got settings here, then we got the help bubbles, which is pretty cool. So you see what all these buttons are for, what they do. You just click on it and let me switch them off. Oh, there's a question. Maria Elvira Olaya. Hi, hey Maria. Can you do anything with Spotify? Not yet. We are working on it. We just hired another lady developer, programmer, and she's exclusively working on Spotify and Apple Music for the streaming. And we hopefully pretty soon, it will be possible to use Spotify songs and Apple Music songs. We wanted to do that already for a good while, but Apple and Spotify are not helping. Actually, they don't give us any tools to put that to implement that in the app. So we are hoping pretty soon to have the ability to stream Spotify songs and Apple Music songs. So please be a little patient. Yeah, by the way, the Anytune Android version is pretty close to the first release. Should be, we say about 2-3 weeks. We already have a internal beta with 50 people going and getting the last bugs out, so it will run smooth. So if you want to be informed when the Anytune beta is available, then you can just go on our website and there's a little link. Let me show you. There's a little link here, anytune.us, and right here you see Anytune on Windows and Android. Just click on that, and then here's a newsletter, and you can sign up. And as soon as probably 2-3 weeks, the first open public beta is out for Android, then you will be informed. Right? Okay. Let's go back here. Any other questions? Wait a minute. So yeah, I keep going here. I don't know if I showed the Bluetooth pedal last time. That's a pretty cool feature. You can use any kind of media device on all 3 apps, iPhone, iPad, and Mac, to remote control, hands-free, address a lot of functions to pedals. Also on master keyboards, if you're a piano player, you can make a split and takes up the last 10 keys, let's say, or last 15 keys, and address them with Anytune commands, right? So you can not hands-free, but while you play, you can quick switch between loops and do all kinds of stuff. One second, Stan Harrison. Hey Stan, came in late. Is ClipGrab part of Anytune or separate? It has nothing to do with Anytune. It's just a free app on the internet, and I've been using it for, I don't know, 2-3 years, and I love it because it's really fast. You can grab like 20 YouTube videos for like a whole show that you have to learn the songs in about 5 minutes, right? So it has nothing to do with us, but it's a good tool. And it's free. It doesn't cost nothing. Okay. Yeah, I was at the wait a minute. I was at Bluetooth pedal, right? So, like here, let me show you quick on the iPhone. You go to settings. No, wrong mouse. Getting this, sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. You go here to settings, MIDI, and right here you switch MIDI on, and then you can address any kind of MIDI commands, like to a Bluetooth pedal or MIDI controller or master keyboard or the pads of a drum machine. And I will show you this on the Mac right now because like for that pedal, that my favorite pedal, I don't have nothing to do with the company. Wait a minute, Anytune, come back. Yeah, it's a Bluebird from Icloud Multimedia for one reason, because it works for Mac and iOS, and it's actually the only pedal that I know that works for both platforms, right? So other pedals work only for Mac, and others work only for iOS. So this one has a MIDI app, so all you got to do is, and it's not that expensive either. So you get the Bluebird app, and you connect your Bluebird to it, and then it translates the commands from the buttons into MIDI signals, and then you can address them in Anytune. I have to show you that on the Mac because on the iPhone right now I'm mirroring my iPhone through QuickTime Player. So for some reason it does not like Bluetooth when it's hooked up to that. So I'll show you that on the Mac quick. Let me see. Go to Mac, and so they have this app also for the Mac. And let me see. I switch the board on. It's really simple. Okay, it's on. And you see it's already automatically connected. If I press the buttons, you see I already addressed start stop, loop on off, And let me show you how to do this quick. You go to, in Anytune, you go to Preferences, you go to MIDI, and then let's say play, let me reset to default so it's all gone. So play and pause, learn. Now all I have to do is press the button on the blue board and it addresses the thing start stop, right? So my favorite setting is the next button is loop on off, and then go to previous mark on the next button and go to next mark. Learn again. Okay, so that's done. And now I can, let me pull up the thing here that you see what I'm pressing. Okay, this is here. So A, start stop. B, loop on, loop off. Let me go to a part here where loop is on. Okay. B is loop on, loop off, start stop. And this is go back one mark. You can see that now here in the list, in the marker list, that I'm moving with the pedal through the song. So I can jump back to the bridge, I can completely control the whole thing. Live on stage too, if I have playbacks, let's say there's a solo part in the middle that I want to stretch as long as I want, but I don't know how long, right? So I would just let the thing run, and when I come to the bridge part, solo part, I put loop on and let it run as long as I want. And then I can say, okay, I want to jump back a couple parts, and there's this magic button called play next, which if this is enabled, then it first plays the loop to the end and then jumps to the other parts that I chose. So like if you have like your marker set in time, you will always stay in time, right? It's placed, let's say you loop the verse and then you jump back with the markers here to the intro. It will play a solo part to the end, and then on the one it's going to jump back into the intro. So you're totally hands-free, and all these commands also works with AirTurn pedals. So all these commands here you can address to your pedal or whatever MIDI device you use, right? And on the Mac is only for Bluetooth and MIDI, and on the, let me see, the iOS version, let me kill this, it's also for AirTurn pedals or keyboards. There you go on remote control, and here you get your different profiles for AirTurn pedals. So let's say you got to check what profile your AirTurn pedal has, like if it has like up, left, down, right, like 4 buttons, then you can address those buttons right here with whatever function you want, right? So that was the MIDI pedal, the blue board. So in a minute, let me switch it off. Okay, let me see, is there any other questions? Not yet. So let's go to some other stuff. Kill that blue board app here. Let's stay on the iPhone for a second. There is a thing called the loop trainer, right? And let's say for instance on the Mac version, it's right here. The step-up trainer is right here. Right mouse click, and the menu opens, and you can do your settings, like how many times you want to repeat, what it should do, get faster, how many times to repeat or change the pitch every time it loops. I will show you in a second. So a lot of buttons on the Mac app have a pop-up menu if you do right mouse click, like on play. You have all kind of functions here. If you do right mouse click on play, let's say you put a right mouse click here on tempo, you get a preset thing where you can go like 2 times, 3 times, and have like speed presets. If you double click, it goes back to normal. Or here, the same, like semitones, presets, double click, normal. On the Mac app, if you turn the wheel here, it automatically goes in hundreds for fine tuning, right? And okay, that's the step up trainer here, right here, right? Let me show you on the iPhone. Let's switch over. Okay, so on the iPhone, all the different modes, like this stuff here, you see the EQ, the reframe, the text and stuff is on the top here of the Mac app. On the iPhone, it's here in the bottom, right? You click on that, oh, wrong mouse, sorry. You click on that, you get the different modes. So there's the play mode, regular with a waveform. Then you have the loop mode, where you can set your loops and fine tune the in and out of the loop and all that stuff. Then you have live mix. I can show you that too if you're interested. It's like when you connect external sound cards or audio devices like these iRig plugs or something or USB microphones, and then you can mix your microphone or input with the music. I can show you that too. Then you got the EQ here. You got the reframe, what I showed earlier, where you can cut out isolate instruments, and then you got here the marks, right? So whenever you set a mark here in the while it's playing, let's say, set audio marks and loops, they will all show up here, right? Okay, now the step up trainer is here. If you go to loop, that's the step up trainer. Now on the iOS apps, it's not the right mouse click, it's when you press and hold buttons, right? You get pop-up menus. Like you press on start, you get different things like the transcribe mode and stuff. If you if you press and hold on the speed wheel, you get presets, right? You press and hold on pitch, you get presets. And there's a lot of buttons in Anytune that have like pop-ups. So whenever you look for something that you think there should be some menu to set it up, like you press on loop here, then you get loop forever, loop once, or out loop. So it's a lot of menus hidden under those buttons. And this here is a step-up trainer, right? Now to show that what you can do with this, let me load another thing here. I go into playlist here. You can do playlists too if you want to know when singing. Jim Kyle, thanks for taking my question earlier. I'm a long-time user who loves the app. I'm amazed at all the functionality. Me too. Me too. I use it all the time. It's like I say, I'm a bass player. I play bass for a living, so I learn a lot of songs, right? Because I play freelance a lot, sessions for people. So sometimes I have to like in a year, normally average, I learn like 600 songs, 700 songs a year, right? And I don't know how I could do it without Anytune. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, let's go back to the step-up trainer. Wait a minute. Yeah, I got a little drum loop here. So that's a good way to show it. I put on loop, so I cut it a little shorter so we don't have to hear the whole thing. Right, and it's a cool practice drum machine too, because if you have like practice loops, you can feed those into Anytune, and then use it as a metronome too. right? So now this step up trainer, let's say I press and hold, and now let's say it's set from 50% speed to 100% speed. Right now it's set to 5 repetitions, and every step is repeated once, right? And after the end action, I set it to restart. So when it's finished, then it's going to do the same again, right? So let's listen to that. So it starts half speed, goes to regular speed, 5 repetitions, 1 repeat per step. Okay, let's go to the beginning here, activate the loop trainer and press play. Slow, gets faster. And again slow, right? Okay, so of course you can say, okay, I want 2 steps, 2 step repeats, then it's like this. Wait a minute. Put it on. It's going to repeat again in the same tempo. Now it speeds up. Again, same tempo. Now it speeds up again. So if you want to get your bebop, your Charlie Parker on speed, you can start on 50% and step it up, right? And the same is there's another wicked thing is this little thing here. This is it creates a pause. So wait a minute, if I play that thing now, it has a little pause. So now it plays again. Now it creates a pause. And I can set this pause how long if I in settings. It's right here. Settings, and then you have where is it? Durations, right? And right here is loop delay, so it's set to 5 seconds now. So I can say how long. Let's say I put it on 10 seconds. Like you can go and eat a pizza in the meantime. Let's go back. So it's activated. Loop delay 10 seconds. So now it plays. And now it's 10-second break. Right? But there's another thing. If you press that button again, the symbol changes. You see that. Now it will play, and then it will have a pause exactly of the length of the loop, right? So you can listen or play along, and then play along by yourself and come back and see if you're still in time. You know, it's like for students, it's a good thing. So they learn, they don't get fooled by playing along and think, oh, I got it, right? But then you play by yourself and it makes no sense, right? So let me play this. Okay. There's again. There comes back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And now you can combine that. Now it gets wicked with the tempo trainer, right? So the meaning, I put on 1 step, let's say, and put this on twice the speed. Right? It's really this. I use that a lot because you know, timing is everything. Now it will play once, then it takes a break at the same time, then it speeds up and will take a break. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now. It gets faster. Gets faster. Right, so you can combine those two. Now the step-up trainer has also, it can transpose. So let me take something that has tone, because transposing the drums wouldn't make too much sense. So let's say I set it called short loop. Wait a minute. Okay, now we got this here. I put on auto loop. Okay, now put the loop trainer on. Click on it, hold it, and go to transpose, right? And now it will transpose, go up a half step every time. And I can combine those two, like getting faster and change the keys if you really want wicked practice. So let's see. Oh, combined it, sorry. I didn't want to. Step up pitch. Oh no, I have to put it back to regular tempo. Double tap. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. No, it should. Now it works, sorry. It goes up a half step. So you can make it change in in whole steps or minor thirds or tritones, jump to other keys. So let's see. There's the setting here. So let's say now it goes in. So this yeah. So now it goes in minor thirds, right? So it's a pretty cool tool to improve your transposition and tempo skills, right? So that's right here and it's also on the iPad and on the Mac. So let me see, is there another question right now? No, there's no question. So let's move to some other features. So that was the tempo trainer, right? Let me see. Now let me go to the iPad for a second. So the iPad, don't get sad. It's a sad iPad. Alright, moment. So we don't want a sad iPad. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the tempo trainer on the iPad is right here. And other mouse is. Wait a second to wake up the mouse. Come on, mouse. Hey. Yeah, there it is. It's right here. So that's the tempo trainer. Hold it. Press and hold, and then you can do your settings. And here is that other thing that makes a break as long as you loop, right? And on the iPad is actually my favorite platform because everything is really close together, and you know you can do everything with the touchscreen, right? I don't transcribe anything into on paper, right? So on paper, of course, the Mac is great because you got a big screen and see more and stuff. I have to memorize everything. So wait a minute. Yeah, there's the tempo trainer, and yeah, that's here the live mix, right? I showed that earlier in the in the iPhone thing, under modes, it's a thing called Live Mix, where you can mix your instrument with the music that you listen to, right? And it's also on the Mac version, is a Live Mix is right here. There's music that plays, and this is the instrument that comes in, right? So you can activate it right here, and then the input is on, right? So on the Mac, the same, like if you do right mouse click on that pan thing here, you get different panning options. You know, you can take a signal only if you have like the music that you want to hear only the right side, but you want it on both ears and stuff like this. All this you can configure through this thing, right? And also if it's switched on, you do a right mouse click here, and you can do panning right here. And the same with step up trainer, right mouse click, and then you get the settings. So on the Mac is a lot of buttons, right mouse click, and then menu, and on the iOS version is press and hold, right? Okay, so that's the Live Mix right here. Back to the iPad. On the iPad, I can simulate it. I switch it on. Now we should hear echo. Wait a minute. Hello? Hello, 1, 2, checking. No, this time it doesn't work. It worked earlier. Because I cannot hook up a sound card right now. Because the Lightning thing is used to mirror the iPad. So this is your input level here, right there. You can change this, and then you press and hold here, and you get your balance, panning, what you want, and here's your music. So, and this at the same time in Live Mix allows you to change the volume of songs, because if you use a master volume, which is normally right here, which is now blacked out because I'm mirroring the iPad to QuickTime. Normally it's a volume slider here, but that's the master volume slider, right? It's global for all the songs. So if you have like a song that is too loud or too low, always in Live Mix you can adjust the gain right here. So let's see. Let me see this. Okay, now okay, I have to do it with my finger, mouse won't do. You see? So still, if I go to another song, it's going to have full volume, but this is low now. So I need to remember that. So if I have like a playlist of songs that I want to learn, and the settings are not even, I can change the volume of every song through. Oh, now we got the echo. You hear the echo? Wait a minute. Yeah, it came on. So that's Live Mix. So what you hear the echo? Hello? Hello? That's what the microphone of the iPad picks up. And it comes in here, right? So now I can pan it, I can gain it, and I can EQ it too, right? I can, let's say, I go to EQ, and now you can, now I'm on input, and that's the EQ for the input, right? So hello. So now you hear the echo, it's EQ'd. Right? So I can EQ my instrument that comes in, and then I can go on this one, and I can EQ the music. So let's say I take EQ, take a 9-band EQ, and EQ the music. And that's the EQ for the input. Right. So whatever instrument I play, I can, if I say I play saxophone, then I can EQ my saxophone that it cuts through better, through the ears, and then takes the frequencies out in the mix. So that's a Live Mix. If I switch it off, the echo should be gone, right? Now the echo is gone. Right, and the same is like if you connect the interface that was now the microphone. You can use a USB microphone or whatever input that works, right? And then you have like the EQ for the input, the EQ for the output, and the panning. And if you press this, the live mix disappears from the view here, right? And the same thing you can do on the Mac, and the same thing you can do on the iPhone for the live mix. Okay, let me see. Is there a dark mode for the Mac version? Yeah, there's a dark mode. I don't know. I have my Mac always in. I have to. The best is I cannot do it right now because I don't want to mess up my setting here on the Mac to show you to change the mode. So the best is if you drop us a message to the support at anytune.us, and then I can tell you how the dark mode. I can show you like a little video how it works. But right now I don't want to change it because it might mess up the setting of my setup here with all the iPads on it and phones. But Mac has a dark mode too, right? Wait a minute. So okay, there was a live mix. Now text, you can put any kind of lyrics in here. Also iPhone, same with Mac. So all you do is you go on. You can use tabs too, like tabs or whatever text. Now I say lyrics. Let me type in lyrics and say Guantanamera. I don't know why I say this. Guantanamera lyrics. So we take the lyrics from Guantanamera and copy the lyrics. And now we go back to Anytune. Press on edit and it says text found. So Anytune already knows that I just copied text and there's text in the clipboard. So I say replace lyrics and there they are. Right, I save them. And now when I play the song, this was a bad example because this song, you see, this song is like about like 9 minutes long, right? So it scrolls really slow. Let me take a shorter song. Wait a minute. Yeah, take this one and go lyrics and put them in. So okay. Now you see already when you scroll through the song, it goes with the music, right? Say you can change the size. It sounds like this is on, yeah. Okay, let's put that off. Go back to lyrics. And let's make them a little bigger. The mouse is freaking. Okay, makes the lyrics bigger. So I can also say hide. Right now I have the whole thing here for lyrics. Is a cool thing because then you can see much more. Right, so now they scroll, and if there's anything like a solo in between that you need the lyrics to have a gap here, you just put a little space in between. And now you see, right? So then you can sync the lyrics actually exactly to the song, right? Also where they start. So if you have an intro and then like here's the lyrics start, then you just go in here and put ignore. Got the text in there already. So then you put some space in the beginning and then it starts later. And here you get different settings, where you can choose how you want to design your text. You can align it to the left and go back to center, or can change it here to different typo, and that's the lyrics section, right? We see. Oh, Tony, thank you. Matthew, is there dark mode for the Mac version? My colleague Tony just jumped in and helped me out. Wait a minute. We go back to the Mac version. So you go to Preferences. Preferences. Wait a minute. Mac Preferences. Yeah. General, and have, if it's set to day and night mode, then it automatically follows. Let me see. Lights. Oh yeah, see? There we go. Now Mac is in dark mode. Matthew, I hope you're still watching. So, because I have my Mac is always in light mode, right? I forgot. So if you put it to dark mode, then Anytune changes to dark mode too, right? So let me go back. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then, yeah, let me introduce you. One of our fans, Peter Martin. He's an excellent piano player, right? Brilliant jazz piano player, off the chain. I mean, he's really. I watched some of his videos, and I'm a bass player, right? And he had some stuff about modal chords and stuff that he explained. And I watched that one video for about like 15 times till I understood how this works, right? And it's hilarious. He's really a good teacher, and he played with big names, you know, right? You can look him up, and he has a. One second. Peter Martin, he has a online thing where you can learn some jazz stuff. It's heavy stuff. You got Christian McBride playing, got bass videos. You know, Christian McBride, he's like the number one living upright player, and some good jazz musician, good knowledge and stuff. And he's a die-hard fan of Anytune. And just want to introduce you Peter quick. Takes 1 minute. And he's just going to send us videos to say hello, and then I'm right back.
What's up, everybody? Peter Martin here from the You'll Hear It podcast from OpenStudioJazz.com.
Wait a minute, I pressed the wrong button. I want that different. So now
What's up, everybody? Peter Martin here from the You'll Hear It podcast from OpenStudioJazz.com. I'm a pianist and toured the world with Diane Reeves, Wynton Marsalis, Christian McBride, a bunch of other people. But I'm here to talk to you today about Anytune. I love this app. This is the app that I wanted when I was coming up 25 years ago, learning to play jazz, transcribing Herbie Hancock and McCoy Tyner, dropping the needle, trying to listen to a phrase. This takes you right to the music. It is a game changer. We've been recommending it to our listeners, to our students around the world for Open Studio Jazz, especially for transcribing jazz. You can isolate the instruments. I mean, it's mind-blowing what it does. You still got to do the ear training. You still got to do the work, and that's the good stuff because that trains your ears. But it moves everything out of your way so that you can hear what's going on, so that you can develop your ears in a way that makes you a much better jazz musician much quicker. So big shout out to Anytune. Love you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Peace.
Yeah, that was Peter. And he's a good guy, and like I said, he's a top dog. I mean, he played with he works with some big names, right? And he got a lot of stuff on. Let me show you quick. He got a lot of stuff on YouTube. So there's him here. That's his site, and he got Christian McBride, and he plays piano for Diane Reeves. And Diane Reeves, she's a big name. She had some good songs. So let's say Peter Martin, he got a lot of free stuff. So if you're into some good jazz stuff, right? There's an open studio here, and he explained playing outside. I like that one here. That was really really. He really breaks it down really good. You know, he knows what he's talking about, and it's actually not rocket science. It's just you know, little theory, but you gotta check them out. Good stuff, right? Okay, back to Anytune. Okay, any oh, Matthew, you're still watching, so you about the dark mode. Yeah, sorry. I forgot. My buddy Tony from Anytune jumped in and helped us out, right? So like on the Mac app, let me show you the transcribe mode quick. That's a pretty cool thing too. Right mouse click, you press enable transcribe mode, and you see that little red button, right? Let me put the loop off. Now when I press play, it plays. I listen, it goes back, so I can replay the parts that I'm transcribing right now. Okay, now I got it, I write it down. So I move that arrow to here, and now comes the next phrase. Right, like this. So that's the transcribe mode. It's the same if you go to, let's say iPhone or iPad. You press Guantanamera. Okay, you press and hold the play button, and then you have the transcribe mode right here. Same on the iPhone, right? And then you see that little thing. Let me see, go waveform here, and now and let me go back to the Mac. And also those two things have a similar function, meaning let me disable the transcribe mode. I click again and it vanishes. So now I press here and it jumps back. Or it jumps forward. And how much it jumps back or forward, I can set. I go preferences, same on the iPhone, the same buttons and preferences. Preferences is a thing called durations, right? So that's called replay is that button, and skip is this one. So right now it's set to 2 seconds, so I can set it to, let's say, 1 second. Now it jumps back 1 second. However, I want my basic setting for this thing. This is going back to the beginning to the end, right? And this thing here jumps to the next, wait a second, I've jumped to the next song. So this goes to the next tag, right? And this button here sets a tag. So wherever or you can delete a tag when you're on a tag, but let's say I'm right here, and I want to set a tag. I just press on here, boom, and I can grab the tag and, you know, move it fine. So a lot of functions in the Mac version are only available by keyboard shortcuts, right? So check the list, like nudge, loop, left, right. On the iPad is buttons, or the iPhone, right? On the Mac you have to use key combinations. So really check the list with keyboard shortcuts, because there's a lot of functions that are not available on the interface, right? With buttons or something, or knobs or something. So you can only control those things through keyboard shortcuts, right? We did this to not overcloud the user interface, right? Okay, so there's those buttons here. Then also, like on the Mac, again, you can just mark left mouse click in the timeline, and you can mark a loop, like for transcribing. So if you are used to, if you come in from a program like Transcribe or something, where you always set this thing here, and then you got a loop, got your next phrase, so got it. So you go up here, do a next loop. Right, and those loops you can save, like you can wherever you want to. Let's say this I want to save. I press on plus, and now you see it appeared here, right, in the list. So another one, save, and another one, and then I can save my marks here. I can also name those marks, and any mark of those position marks I can turn into a skip mark, right? There's a little thing here you can't see under the things right next to that note here in the corner. If you click on it, the pop-up comes on, you see position mark or skip mark. So I set a skip mark, meaning will go to that point, and from here it skips the part from here to here. So let me play that quick so you hear it. Oh, let's go back a little bit. See, it jumped. It didn't play this part. It jumped right there. So even if you export the song, the skip mark will be exported. So you can remix actually a song and say, okay, you cannot add anything in the middle. That is not possible in Anytune, but you can cut out any pieces, right, with skip marks. So you just set, let's say you want to cut out this part here, right? Then you set a marker right here, and you set a marker right here, and make this one here 11. You make this a skip mark. So now it will not play this thing here, right? Okay. There was that loop section here. We had those buttons. This is auto loop, meaning that automatically between any kind of tags are created loops, right? There was a step up trainer, right mouse click, settings, and here's a live mix. Then right there, that is a play next button, meaning when you go through the list here and you loop between marks without a loop, if you have play next, it plays the looped region to the end and then jumps what you selected before, right? And this is auto start here. Okay, next thing is let me see. Next thing is retune, right? So if there's any part in your song that is, let's say, too loud, too slow, too fast, too high, let's say for musicals, or if you, let's say you have a musical, right, and you have a rehearsal and you're using playbacks for the rehearsal, and there's a part, a song in the playback, you have like a whole playback for the whole musical. Let's say there's one song that's too high for the singer, right? Then you say, okay, let's say this part would be like the song Blah Blah Haba, and for Jenny, it's this Blah Blah Haba song is too high, so we want to pitch it down. So all you do is go on Retune, which you enable here with that button, right? So now you see, let's say you got to set a mark here. There's a mark here and there's a mark there. So now this in the middle is the song Blah Blah Haba, right? So here's your position mark. You see this one, and we say, okay, in this thing we pitch it down half step for Jenny, right? Let's see. Say -1. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to go to mark number 2 and enable pitch 2 so it goes back to regular, right? So now we come from here and play. Sorry, let me put the loop off. So now this part is now between those two markers is a half step lower. So I can change also tempo. Say it's too slow for Jenny. She wants the song faster. So now I speed it up. Then I have to go to the next marker, very important, and activate tempo 2. Otherwise, it stays in the new tempo for the rest of the song, right? So there's a new tempo for Jenny. Now I can say I want to come in with the song with a regular tempo and then speed it up. So I say change period, right? To, let's say, let me say 2 seconds, right? So now in the first 1.7 seconds, the tempo will change. Listen to this. So it goes smooth, right? And everything I said here and have change period, like I can do a volume change that it doesn't cut down really fast. Let's say I put the gain down and put that part. Yes, now I got the change period. I put that on 2 seconds, and now it will change again. See? So all these things here in Retune, I can control with change period. If it's on 0, it will just right away jump into the new setting. So I can change the tempo, I can change the pitch, I can change the gain, and I can change the pan. And when I export the song, all these settings will be exported with the song, right? So if you have like anything that you modify and you want to give it's like, let's say you have a dance show, and like some songs are too fast, right, for the dances, so you slow them down. Otherwise, you speed up. Once the rehearsal is finished, you can just export. Go to export here and export the tune song. And then you can send it to all the people that participate in the dancing, so they have the new version with the new tempos, right? And so if you disable right here, so it will be exactly, it will be like no changes, right? And on the, let's say on the iPad, I still got the transpose mode on. In a minute, mouse wake up, press and hold here, and transcribe mode, switch it off. Okay, the retune is like if I have a marker here, let me set a couple markers, and another marker. So now I go on retune down here in the corner. And let's say I take this marker and press on the I, and now I have the same settings, right? I can change the tempo, I can change the pitch, I can change the gain, I can change the pan, and I can change the period, how long it takes to change, right? And there's also a delay time. That means if I just set the delay on, then there will be a little break of 3 seconds before the thing starts playing, right? So we're on loop mark number 2. So if I go, let me go back and play it. When it comes to number 2, it's going to stop. Now it stops for 3 seconds. And it keeps playing, right? So whatever, if you know, like if I have a rehearsal and people have to get into a certain position, you know, like, or they have a student that has to find the new position for the chords, or whatever, you know, you can put a little breaks in there with the tags, right? So, and also skip marks, let me switch that off. So any marker you can press on I here, and you see position mark, you press on the thing and you can change it into a skip mark. Now you see the skip thing here, meaning when it comes to this marker here, it will jump from here right to the end, will not play this part, right? The same on the iPhone in the loop section, right? And you got little presets here for to name your your marks. So if you press on this, we have like Strophe. No, these are in German. I don't know why. You can put little notes here, and you can also let me put it back to a regular mark. So that's the marker. So you see solo here, and now you can also wait a minute, it's still a skip mark. Let's put it in position mark. Okay, so now you see it's a little S here. So right here is going to show S. You can change it. You can say, okay, I want one. No, wait a minute, wrong keyboard. You say you want 1A here. Right now it's going to show 1A. So you can name your tags, right? And you can name the tags in the list. So you get solo here, and it's 1A. And then you just say you want to call this here chorus. You go on preset. I don't know why it's in German, because I did a German tutorial before, sorry. And then you can name those two. And now you see you can name them all like you want to. Okay, let's see. Is there another question? No. Then let's go to playlists quick. Let me do that on the iPhone for a change. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go back to the iPhone. One moment. So lots of functions. I could go on here for a long time. So I'll just try to cover stuff till somebody asks. Okay, on the iPhone, the navigation is a little bit different. Again, you have to be on a song, and then you go here to modes. You go to marks, and now let's set a couple marks. Then they show up in the list. Oh, okay. So now this is Retune, and here I can change these things. You know, the alterations between two tags, right? That was I don't want to use I Believe I Can Fly, because I will get kicked out because YouTube said it's copyright material. So let's say take this song and set a couple loops quick. Okay, got a couple of marks. So here, what I just did on the iPad, renaming or setting skip marks, is right here. Right, this is in the marks section. So we had lyrics. I showed you that on the iPad. It's the same edit, and just paste in whatever you have in the clipboard. Then we have lyrics, marks, reframe. We had this too for the to isolate instruments or voices, or then you got the EQ, where you can change also here for your input and your music. Pick your EQ. Then we have the live mix. I showed you that on the iPad, where you can have like an external device, and here you activate it. You put your gain and stuff. Press and hold on these things here. Wait a minute. Press and hold on these. You can do the panning. On this one, it has to be activated to press and hold. So then you get your pan. That was a live mix for USB microphones or guitars or anything hooked up through an interface. Then, wait a minute, we got loops here. There was a tempo trainer, we had that already. So, wait a minute, what did I just want to, playlists, okay. So this was your tempo trainer and stuff. Here you can nudge loops, or you can double loops. If you have like a loop, you can make it twice as long or half as long. You see the B mark is jumping here. Start twice as long, now it's twice as long. that's the loop section, and back to play, and back to your songs here, and to the top level. So that's all the tunes. Every tune that you import into open in Anytune. It doesn't matter if it's from iTunes or Dropbox. If you open it once, it will show up in the tunes list, right? And let's go to the top level. And there you see all tunes, and here is your playlists, right? So if you want to create a new playlist, you press on the green plus, and you can also make a folder. Let's make a folder quick. New folder, I name it, create a folder, and now in this folder I can create different playlists, right? And let me do 2 and create playlists, and do another one, new playlist, name it, and create. Okay, 1 second before I forget. Another great musician from New York. Actually, he's from Austria, right? His name is Franz Hackel. He's a brilliant trumpet player. Check him out on YouTube. And he supports us for a good while now. And he plays with big names, right? In the New York jazz scene and stuff. And yeah, he made a little clip, because he supports us, so we support him. His family builds excellent trumpets in Austria, Hackel trumpets, right? So, and he also does online lessons and stuff, and he's a very good people, and that's why I'm going to introduce you to Franz quick, 1 minute, a little video clip, and then we're going to move on. So, wait a minute, that's Franz Hackel. His website is Hackel Music. That's where you get the trumpets too. All right, 1 second, and here's Franz.
You never guess what instrument I play, but here I am, a trumpet player, producer, composer, brass instrument maker. I'm based in New York City, and my name is Franz Hackel, and I'm very fortunate to work with some of the best musicians on earth. I play in some major jazz clubs and festivals. As a band leader, I have my own festival and academy, the Outreach Music Festival and Academy, and some of my works, orchestral works, get premiered at major concert halls. So I'm a very busy guy, and I'm very lucky to be able to do what I do. And what I need is of course the best tools available to do that. And my tools are this wonderful Hackel trumpet. So I actually grew up with an endorsement deal. My dad makes custom horns since 1965. And Anytune Pro is also a very important tool for me for teaching, but also for myself to practice. I use Anytune Pro for many years by now, and it continues to amaze me. The functionality, audio quality, and also how accurate you can edit stuff on it. It's actually wonderful that that's possible on the smartphone, and some of the functions go way beyond what even fully blown digital audio workstations would do. So congratulations to this wonderful piece of software.
Ja, danke Franz. Thank you, Franz. Yeah, back, so playlist. So before I forget, we also streamed the last tutorial on YouTube. So we will stream this tutorial on Thursday on YouTube too. And so if you have students or friends that are not on Facebook, right, they can also watch our live tutorials on YouTube. Let me show you quick. So all you got to do is to go to Anytune, moment. Let me type that in. Anytune. And this one here is a English channel. This is a German channel here. So you click on it, and right there, you already see the tutorial number 1 from last week. So if there's anything that you miss, there might be some stuff in the number 1 that is interesting for you that we showed there. So you can watch this, and on Thursday we will stream number 2 here too. So anytime you want to check out those two live tutorials, we might do another one next Tuesday. We will see. We'll announce that on the YouTube channel. So you find them here on YouTube too, anytime, right? So yeah, let's go back to playlist. 1 second. Here we are. So I created those 2 playlists. Now I open one playlist, go on the green plus, and say, let's say this is my recording playlist, right? So I have this 1 recording 1 recording 1. Okay, I put that here. Now, wait a minute. I think the live mix came on. Wait a second. I have a delay here. Wait a minute. I have to go back and check the live mix. 1 second. Yes, here's the echo. That's why the microphone from the iPhone grabs the sound. So now, okay, sorry. Let's go back to the top level, and here playlist, and here we're here. Okay, recording, another recording, and this is recording number 222, number 2 record number 22222. So save. Now I got here 2 recordings. I can also name them if I want to name them afterwards. I can also name right when I record them, right? So let's say if I want to reorder them, I go on edit and just grab them, and I can put them in the order whatever I want to. Also, I can mark them all and erase them. And wait a minute, so there was my recording playlist, and let's say is another playlist. I go plus, and now I can put songs in from Dropbox, whatever I like. Let's say I want to, just already in there. Wait a minute, let's take this here, and take this here, take this here. So now these, I can mix them too in the same playlist. So wait a second. Back. So there's my playlist here. Now you see Dropbox symbol. So they come from the Dropbox. I can also say I add to the same list. I add songs from music library. I go music library songs. Wait a minute. Loads, and say I take these 2 songs here, or these 3 songs, and put them in there. So you see the symbol here shows they're from the music library, they're from the Dropbox, and I can also get songs from the Files app, or Wi-Fi over Wi-Fi or audio copy, and add them to the playlist. And the same in the playlist, click on edit, and then grab the songs and put them in the order that you want to have them in the playlist, right? And now done. And the same with the playlist, of course. Like you want to change the order of the playlist, go edit and change the order of the playlist, right? Oh, grabbed it, sorry. Okay, and done. Yeah, so and for the playlist is a couple settings that are interesting, because you might use the playbacks live, or you might use them in rehearsals or something, or to learn while you doing something else. So you want the playlist to play through and loop the whole playlist. So for this you go to wait a minute, you have to open a song. Let's open a song, and now you're going to here to settings, and now he got playback options, right? And you can say playlist repeat, meaning the whole playlist will play from the first to the last song on repeat. Then you have stop at end of track, meaning every track will play but it will stop at the end of the track, right? And this is not only in playlists, this is in general, like because actually this is a playlist too, right? Go back to main level. So this all tunes is actually a playlist, right? So these settings are for all tunes too. So if you have set that every song stops at the end, like a song will stop. Let me see. Let me show you. Be right here. Let's take a short song. Too long. Okay. No, same one. Okay, that's short here. So I'm right at the end of the song. And you see the song stops, right? So now when I go to settings and put on playback options and switch this off, it will jump to the next song on the list, right? And so that's the settings for your playlist. You can also move to the next track. So it jumps to the next track, but it doesn't start playing. Like this, it will jump to the next track and will start playing the next track, right? So if you have those two on, sorry, this one off, the whole playlist will go through, right? If this is on, it will stop at the end of every track, and this will jump to the next track, but not play yet, right? So here is save last playhead position. So for every song, it remembers where you stopped last time, like the cursor, the playhead. Then here you can put always, or like that it doesn't go to sleep, even if your system settings are enabled. And here is some more global settings that you always. These settings you have also when you press the play button and hold the play button, you get the pop-up and you get those settings here. They twice. They one time setting here and one time in global things. Okay, so there was a playlist. Let me see. Is there any new question? No, there's no questions today. Nobody has questions. I guess you know you know everything, or you're just listening. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let me think. I think I said that in the beginning. When you want to move from one device to another, like it's two different situations, right? Either you're only using songs from iTunes, from music library, right? Then it's pretty simple, because let's say you're on the Mac app. Okay, you're on the Mac app and you have like a whole bunch of songs in iTunes that you opened, and they're here in all tunes, right? So all these tunes that have the iTunes logo, they're in iTunes, right? So let's say you have like all these songs modified and they're only from iTunes, right? Now you say you bought Anytune for the iPad and you want the same songs with the same settings, exactly the same on the iPad, right? So that is the simple version. This way, like from going from Mac to iOS or from my iOS, if it's with iTunes, is simple. Also, if your iTunes is in the Icloud, it's the same thing. All you have to do is you go Mac and say config export and say export to Icloud, and let's call this backup 55555, right? Save it. Now you exported all the settings of all the songs, right? That's in here. Now you go to the iPad I'm on the iPhone. Let's switch to the iPad. The iPad gets sad again. Left out. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a second. Put sound on. Okay, now on the iPad, first you have to either sync your device so that wrong mouse. Wait a minute. That's the right mouse here. So that here in Songs, which is iTunes, right? You have the same songs that you have on the Mac, right? So if you have only one iTunes library, so you just sync your iPad with in Carolina now over the Finder. You sync it so you have exactly the same songs on the iPad and iTunes that you have on Mac and iTunes in Anytune. So all you have to do is go here on the cloud thing and go now. You see Mac user backup 5555. This is the one that I just saved. Anytune does automatic backups, so you will always find the last backups from your other devices right here. So now we would say we want to play this back. I could press here on restore all above. That means all settings from all songs will be restored. Whatever you open from the iTunes library that you had modified on the Mac will be modified on the iPad now, right? You can also select only, say I want to only sync the playlists, right? Then I can say restore untitled playlist, and you can like configure your stuff, your settings exactly what you want to sync, right? But in this case, press restore all above, and everything that on the Mac had settings on the Mac will now be settings, have them settings on the iPad, right? I don't want to press this right now because it would make it mess up my songs, right? So the other thing is, if your iTunes is in the iCloud, you see a little cloud here, right? Down here, left side. They will show up next to the songs that are in the iCloud. But you have to first download the songs on the iPad from the press on that little cloud symbol. So the songs have to be in Anytune before you can open them, right? So you just play back your settings file, and then you load the ones from the iCloud on the iPad, and when you open them, they have the same settings in the Mac, right? That's a little question. Wait a second. Hey Gilbert, for the iOS platform iPhone, is there a timeline ruler available as per Mac? No, it's no timeline. It's no timeline available for the iOS version. You mean like on the Mac? You are talking about. You're talking about the timeline, which is. Wait a minute. The timeline. You mean this thing up here? No, is no timeline on the iOS version, right? Where was I? Oh, yes, it's the sync. So there was migrating or like mirroring like the settings on your iOS device. You want to have the same settings as on the Mac, right? If everything is with iTunes is really simple. If your songs are all imported over Dropbox or Files app or Wi-Fi or whatever, and there's somewhere on your hard disk, you have to go, let's say in Mac, you have to go to your tunes library and pick the tunes that you want to have on your iPad with the same settings, and go make a right mouse click, get info, and say export original song, right? Now you can export this song right into the Dropbox and then load it into the iPad. And after you loaded all your songs from Anytune into the iPad, you play back the settings file from the Mac and then everything is the same. It's a little work. Apple doesn't allow us to sync the non-iTunes songs through the iCloud, right? So you have to do it manual, right? So when you come from Mac, and you don't have your songs all in one folder. Like you put them, you edit them one here, one here, one here, so you don't know where they are on your hard disk, right? Then you have to go one by one, export them, put them like through maybe Dropbox into the iPad, and after you import them all into the iPad or iPhone, you play the settings file from the Mac in, and you have all the settings. And the other way around, let's go here to the iPad. To get your songs off the iPad that are not in iTunes, you have to, wait a second, here we in Tunes. So you go all tunes, and now you got to go song by song and go to export. Go export song, put original song, right? So it's no modification. So the original song file will be exported. Now you can say export file via OpenIn and put it straight into the Dropbox and put it into the Mac tunes. And after you transferred all your songs, non-iTunes songs from iOS to Mac, you do the same thing. You go to the cloud thing here and say export to iCloud all song settings. Let's call it 999. Wait a minute, 999. Right, and press save. And now let's see in the Mac. So after you transferred all your songs from the iPad, non-iTunes songs to the Mac into Tunes, then you go here, File, Config, Import from iCloud, and now you see the backup 999. This is just the one that I did on the iPad. So all the settings, you click on here, and you can say restore all, and then you have all the settings, including playlists, lyrics, everything will be synced on the other platform, right? So if your songs are only iTunes, it's really simple. Just play the settings in from the other platform. If they're non-iTunes, you have to go one by one. So if you have 100 songs, it might take you like an hour and a half to get those songs over there. All right. Let's say. Let me see. What didn't we cover? Is there any other questions? Let me see. We did this. We did reframe. Yes, equalize. You can with equalize you can create your own presets. Let's say I put the equalizer on. Let me take another song here. Let's take this one. Okay. Now here's my presets, and I take, let's say, the 9-band equalizer and make my setting. Switch it on, sorry. Okay, now I want to save the setting so I can use it in other songs, right? What I do is I go on plus, right? Again, open these settings, go on plus, and now I can create a user-defined preset and call it la la la. Oh, on keyboard, la la la, and save it. And now when I'm on another song, let's say I'm here and I want to open the equalizer, I go here, scroll down, and there's my preset la la, right? And I can import it right here. So if I change the preset here, adjust it a little bit. I go back here and just press save, and now Lala is updated, right? But it's going to be updated in general. So you get your user-defined EQ settings right here, and then we have some presets here where like isolate solo guitar and stuff, saxophone that you can use. But like with a 9-band equalizer, you can actually get hold of any frequency that you want to. This is like a here you see the frequency, and like it's 220 hertz, right? So you can, if you know exactly what frequency you're looking for, you can do this right here and have the numbers, right? It's +1, and here's the thing, and you can play around with the settings here in any kind of way, right? And then again, when you're done, you press oh, I don't want to delete. You go here and say save, and now it's updated. Right, that was the equalizer settings. So right now, I think for today I covered a lot. Oh, this thing, we get a lot of support questions. People say, why are my songs not playing in the order of my playlist? This is this little button here in the corner, right? That's random play. So if this is activated, it will, like the name says, it will randomly put the songs in the random order, right? So when you have problems that it doesn't play the order that you see in the playlist, this thing has to be off, right? Okay, let me see. Help bubbles, we had that before. You press on this here, then you get these little bubbles, which are really helpful if you're new with the app and you want to know what these buttons are for. And yeah, that's the shopping cart here. That's where you can get different in-apps if you don't have the full version already. And if you have a problem, you can send us support mails right out of help, right? You go down to the bottom here and email to the support. And also some here you get to a quick start video that shows you a little bit, like to get started with stuff. And so I think yeah, I covered a lot for today. So I don't see any more questions. So we might do that again next Tuesday. We will announce this on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, right? So yeah, oh, the next 1 second. There's one thing I forgot. If you, let me show you here. This list here on the left side, this one here, shows you a quick preview of all the songs that are in the recent in the actual playlist, right? So right now in this playlist is 4 songs. So if they have one song open here and I press on this thing, I see all my 4 songs. So I can quick jump to songs in my playlist, right? And if you deactivate it, it goes away. Then you have loop marks. If you want the whole thing, you don't want to see loop marks, you can make them disappear here too. And the text was right here. And on Mac it's pretty simple. You just take any kind of lyrics and just paste them or edit them. Like with any text editor, you can just paste stuff in here. Say copy, and put that here, like you want to. this was the isolation thing where you can go -1, just put a track in with voice and isolate voice quick. Okay, there's a track here, it has a little singing on it. And I go on iframe, reframe, switch it on, and voice is gone. Or voice solo. And we have a preset here for bass. I like the 24 thing. And there's a bass line. Right? Okay, switch that off. So here's your equalizer. It's the same. Here's your presets for the equalizer. And you got the presets and user-defined sets. And the same is like you go plus, and then you can create new user-defined presets, right? That was the waveform. And yeah, thank you so much. And here's that random button. So again, random play. If this is switched on by mistake, it will not play what you see in order in the playlist, the order of the playlist, right? So we get a lot of support. There's a lot of support when they say, Anytune does not play in the right order, you know. Yeah, please disable that thing here. Okay, so yeah, I think that was a lot for today. And I appreciate that you all stopped by and kept watching my little tutorial here. And yeah, so I wish you a happy Wednesday evening and lots of fun with Anytune. And again, I'm Uli from Anytune. And thank you for watching. And tell your friends and students about the tutorial if they use Anytune. And also that the tutorials are on YouTube. If they don't have a Facebook account. And yeah, a lot of information is on our website, anytune.us. So yeah, we might do this again next Tuesday. We will see and announce on Facebook. And yeah, I wish you a nice Wednesday evening and have fun with Anytune. So yeah, all right, everybody. Ciao.